Yo, what's up, my people? Welcome back to my channel. I was just joking around, but fortunately, I had to make something nice. So, I just want to show you guys the track and probably show you my mix, and I'll explain. So, I kind of feel this tutorial will be long, so I'll try my best to put timestamp or I'll cut it short for you guys. I'll drop some secret for you guys. You guys should like and subscribe to my channel. I've been trying to do this, man. So help me out, beat this YouTube algorithm. Now I have time to do this for you guys. So let me play this sound for you.
Yo, yo, back, yo, stack, stack, yo.
Ready, made it.
These niggas can't stop me. These crashes can't touch me. These bitches can't rob me. I'm gon' give on me. These niggas can't stop me. These crashes can't test me. These bitches can't rob me. I'm gon' give on 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 me. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Shut up to the real ones for the truth. Real truth from the father. Real bad, true spirit. Real Jews, real sons, no limit. No more, no Lenin. This thing, blood genie. God's grace don't free me. Respect, no billing. Yeah, these niggas can't stop me. These crashes can't test me. These bitches can't rob me. I'm gon' give on me. These niggas can't stop me. These crashes can't test me. These bitches can't rob me. I'm gon' give on me. I'm gon' give on me.
I know it might feel like some of the reverbs are poking out, but that's how I want the mix to be. So I want to show you guys how I mix because because you need to understand why mixing vocal is. You have to do top down mixing. You just have to first thing first is to set your levels. Don't add any reverb, don't add any EQ, don't add anything. Just first of all set your levels. You can repeat the same mistake like me for years if you don't do this thing. Set your level, then you come and do your top down mixing. I always tell you start from here, then you move down. You can see this is my general vox bus, this is my backup bus. That's how I set my, this is my melody bus, then my effects. My effects, sometimes I route it to the melody or sometimes I just take it down to the master direct. Then the drum bus, then the low end bus, that's the low, everything from the kick, the 808s, the bars. I separate the bus because I don't want them to react the same way maybe whenever I'm using certain plugin. So I just separate them. I said set your levels the way you want your vocals to be like. Do your top down mixing. You insert probably your channel strip, or if you want to use from the EQ, you can start with the EQ. But this channel strip, you have everything here. I have my EQ, I have my compressor here, so that's why you channel strip from the top. So I just use the channel strip to get the kind of vocal to put it to have a ballpoint of mix I want. So that's why I use the channel strip from the top. 11 kilohertz by 1.3 dB, and I just leave this 2.21 kilohertz like that. I'm not boosting anything, just like that. So it depends on your mic. Like this my mic, man, this mic is trash, but guy, I've been using it for some time, so I had to learn the difficult way. So I know so many persons might have a very nice, maybe Focusrite mic and B1, C1. From that level of mic is good, man. But this mic I'm using here, man, you just have to. I had to learn the hard way, so let's take it that way. Then I cut and boosted the 230 kilohertz level to bring my low end, but not actually the low side. That is the rumble, because this one, I'm dealing with the whole track already. I'm dealing with the whole track, so I've already arranged my backup and everything where I want them to be before I'm putting this plugin. So I just wanted to boost this place a little bit. This 238 kilohertz by 3 dB, just to add some depth to my vocal. Cause this mic, I don't need to talk about this mic again, man. Cause you should know. Then I use my compressor here through the release time. I'm not actually compressing as though. So it's just to control the release time. Then I reduce, one other secret, man. See, there are so many secrets I can give you guys, because guy, I've been doing this for some time. I've been making this mistake over and over. Check your level when before I put this plugin. I should first of all know the level of my track, the level everything is playing at. Then when I put it and set what I want to set, I need to take this out knob down again to that level. If not, you can go and do it from this place. And man, don't play with these faders much, because since I started using Studio One, I've been learning a lot, man. So many mistakes I've been making, and I know till now, maybe probably I'm still making much more mistakes, but you need to learn. Stop using these faders when you're working on vocals. Reduce the way you play with these faders. These faders, set them at zero. Whatever you're doing, try to control them inside the plugin. Try to control them inside the plugin means, unless you know what you're doing, you understand what you're doing, then you can deal with the faders. So after that, I had to come down now to my main track to start mixing. I used the EQ initially before taking the autotune up. First thing I added was the EQ. I used the EQ to cut frequencies I don't like. Let me see if I can play this for you guys. My system will just buzz. So pure vocal.
I'm gonna give on me. 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 I'm gonna give on.
So sorry guys, my PC can't carry my camera and this together, but I don't know if you really can differentiate it, but let me on the EQ now so you see the difference.
I'm gonna give on me. I'm gonna give on me. I'm gonna give on me. I'm gonna give on.
So really there are no rules to where you cut the frequencies you cut. You just have to look for frequencies that are out there poking out, that because you probably have your compressor out there self. Your compressor, this initial, that's why top down mixing is very nice, guy. This initial compressor now I've put here now has raised all these things for me to easily come and dock them, to easily know the ones that are poking out, to come and dock them. But the only rules apply to this cutting is that try not to cut more than 2 to 3 dB. Don't go that far. Anything that you're cutting more than 2 to 3 dB, unless you have to do that. 96 Hz. So then I added my auto tune. The auto tune self, I can put it last, I can put it anytime. But the second thing I did was to add my compressor. Now this compressor have to work together with the initial compressor I had there. So this top down mixing is just like giving yourself a room you'll mix into, not just going into one single track and start mixing, then you go to the other one, you mix and mix, then you come to the boss, then you explode you explode your track, man. You explode your track with lot of plugins. Like this one, I just have to do all this because of this my mic, man, and my room is not treated, so I just have to do some little de-essing, this noise. Then these ones are just some flavors I added. This is a repeater, this is a delay I automated in the track. This is the flanger. Flanger just gives some depth to my vocal. Then the puigtec EQ is just to help this my mic, man. I really don't. You can use puigtec, but The way people just talk about puigtec, if you really have understand puigtec and you have a good mic, if you really have a good mic, you wouldn't be using puigtec like the way people talks about puigtec, unless you want to achieve a certain sound your voice can give you. So that's when you probably use puigtec. Puigtec EQ is just like to push certain frequencies up and boost to then attenuate them. So that's all it is. So this is the compressor I use. I use CLA 2A. I use it with this other one in front. They are hooking together.
Me, I'm gonna give on me. I'm gonna give on me. I'm gonna give on.
I'm actually using this compressor to. I'm not. I'm actually using it to just control some of the peaks and to raise some of the volume upward. Then this other compressor I use in support was just to cut, just
I'm gonna give on me.
to really cut it in and make all at the same level. So I really love using this FL limiter, this fruity limiter a lot. After using this CLA, this is one other secret guy I'm giving to you guys. If you use a good mic, man, you see this thing I'm showing you. Just try to learn this thing, just try to understand, man. Like, subscribe, and follow me. Then, my dear sir, like I said, plugins wouldn't have been much here if I had a good room and a good mic. So first thing first in mixing is not really having much plugins. Once you know you have a good mic, you have good speakers, you need to have good equipment, man. See, some people can tell, like me, I had to struggle, I had to learn the hard way. Till now I don't have a speaker, till now I don't have a good mic, but I have this one. I had to learn from this one. But this is something that you have to do. You just have to learn it whatever with it. Some people do learn with earpiece. They can, if they mix with for you now, man, it's earpiece they use. Well, though they can't be accurate like that, but you know, since if you've been in the studio like me, I've been in the studio and I've been using this mic, man. I've learned this mic. I had to learn things I don't need to learn. You get, so using bad equipment can make you take longer time to learn things, man. It can make you take longer time to learn things, but you have a lot to gain. You have a lot to gain. So this I use the DSR. Just I cut at this
Me, I'm gonna give on me.
like you can see I'm not cutting much, just -3 to -4 dB. I'm not
Me,
going that much.
I'm gonna give on me. Shout out to the real ones for the real truth from the father, real bad, true spirit, real Jews, real sons, no limit, no more, no limit. This thing, black genie.
Like you can see, I'm just using it to boost my 100 hertz up and to boost my 12 kilohertz up, because of 12 kilohertz has a nice air to it. I know sometimes I add some phase to it, but the mix level shouldn't be more than 1 to 10. 1 to 10, because you are putting it on your main track. The mix level shouldn't be more than 1 to 10, and you will still control the output level from FL Studio too. So see the level I had here 8, and I still reduce the level here because it's very noticeable, but I had to reduce, I have to make it invisible, like you can't hear it, you can't notice it. I mean,
Me, I'm gonna give on me. 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 Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Shout out to the real ones.
I don't think you will really notice it, but if you are using cheap mics like this, man, you have to do all these little things to make them stand out. You have to, not like you have to, if you have a good room, it will stand out, but you have to work with what you have, man. So you use this flanger sometimes to just add some presence to your vocal, to some depth to your vocal. It really adds some kind of depth to it. Imagine using a standard mic like the Focusrite or the other high mics. Then man, then you know what I'm talking about. Then you see the difference clearly. You will see the difference clearly. With this little mic, man, subscribe to my channel. I'm giving you guys secret sauce. I'm giving you guys sauce that you you have to watch like 100 YouTube video for this thing. Subscribe to my channel. I'll give you everything in 30 minutes. Subscribe. I bet Nigeria on need tire. You want small team man subscribe. Help this boy I beg. How many years now want to do this thing now? So but no mind me reason man has subscribed to my channel and I have my own subscribe. So this I use the repeater, I automated the repeater just to add some one and a half delay at some point in the vocal. I use the speed controller here to use as a dynamic EQ for my reverb. See, this is another source I'm giving you guys now. This is another source. I'm giving you guys source. You don't need to use plugin or that will destroy your PC. You just have to. But if you have done so many things, man, if you have made so many mistakes, you will learn so many stupid things in the first video. But so I use this peak controller as dynamic EQ for this my reverb. Yeah, for the plate verb. You see, for the plate verb, I added this saturation after the plate verb to give it some grit, to give the plate verb a grit, and then controlling the whole thing, yeah, with my EQ. Then the normal reverb, I just left it like that. I'm not taking my original track. I'm not sending any of my original track to this reverb, to either of the reverb. I'm just sending the backups and the other tracks that are consistent to these reverbs. My main track, I just want my main track to be solid and there. And the only place I send my main track to most times is the delay. The delay. I use it for the delay. And I use H delay for this one. You all know H delay. I use H delay. Tempo. Okay. Using the same tempo. Whenever you're using H delay, man, don't forget to turn down this analog. This analog is just noise. Turn it down, then set the EQ the way your EQ range. Or if you don't want to set it here, put in your EQ, set it, or set it down here. Like you can see, man, sometimes I do this in some kind of plugins that I know that I just kind of use this EQ sometimes myself. But in music, in mixing, in production, you have to mingle, you have to learn. In a day, only a day with somebody, you can learn something on YouTube for 5 years. Only a day with somebody, you will get that secret. Only a day with the right person, you will get that whole secret. You don't need to make all these millions of mistakes we have to make, or by even having a good equipment too. You don't need to make millions of mistakes too that I've made. So having a good equipment is good. That's one. Learn to control your faders first by mixing it on a skeletal base, no EQ, no dynamic control, nothing. Mix the vocals the way you want to by setting your levels. Then start from your general boss. You have to do a top down mix, and it will be very fast, and you will finish your mix very quick, man. It's giving you more control. So learn to do the top down mix. So guys, I know you guys must have learned a lot from this today. So subscribe to my channel, like my videos, man. Like my videos, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at freddymedi.com. Alright, peace out. Bye for now, man.
Yo, stack, stack, yo, yo.
Ready, made it.
These niggas can't stop me.